A Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Sacramento Kings. Well, it was Sacramento winning their last game against the Warriors at Oracle Arena. Hard for them to forget their finals defeat at the hands of this team last season. Nothing can erase that, but a win wouldn't hurt. Tonight, two teams that crash the glass. Kenny, when you think of the great rebounders in this league, what are some of their key attributes?
Oh, they get that position, and then they hold it. They maintain it. That's the key.
Maintaining the position.
Yes, because you can get pushed under. If you come down with the rebound yourself, you can't do it, let's say, just tip it out. Great rebounders do that too. They'll just tip it out to the guards, and then we can start the fast break.
What's the key to good rebounding?
You got to assume every shot is going to be missed. And Ernie, nothing replaces great hustle.
That's true. That is so true.
I could box you out.
I know you
I would
could.
keep you off the glass.
Oh, no question.
Yeah. Kevin Harlan standing by.
You and your 6 rings.
Here you go again.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Kings, here with their Sacramento fans and then back on the road. They put it all together over the course of their last 7 games. They've only had 1 loss over that span.
And checking out Sacramento, not a perfect start to the season, but they're in a position where all it takes is one modest winning streak to jump into that tough spot.
They're lacking a little bit of fire so far this year, and we've seen that before. For a team of their caliber, it can be tough to maintain that intensity for each and every game in the early part of the going.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Paul George has made a reputation as a dynamic two-way player. He said you can dominate a game in so many ways. That's always been my mindset. I just go out there and ball. Kevin, back to you.
Well, you love that versatility, D.A. Thank you. When the super teams are dominant game after game, some people are going to ask, what's the point of even playing a game like this?
Well, in the regular season, I hear that all the time, and I sort of laugh at it because this is what the season is about.
Sure.
82-game grind, having competition not only with opponents, but within yourself, within your team, battling for minutes. And we understand that a lot of these teams are built to win in the postseason. The regular season doesn't mean much for them. They're going to qualify for the playoffs, but there are other teams in this league, Kevin, trying to fight to improve. And on nights where you have opportunities to play against that kind of dominant team, a coach can say, see the potential, see what is possible. We just saw it here tonight.
And take some personal pride.
And you can stack yourself up against these super teams that roll into your arena to find out exactly where you are. And sometimes winning a game like that for a coaching staff, they can say, let's use this momentum to build on it. We just beat one of the better teams in the league. So psychologically, it works in a lot of ways during the regular season.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, we've got Josh Richardson. Paul George is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Oladipo in at the 1.
That's a nice release from Victor Oladipo. Amazing at guiding that floater into the rim there.
Here's Cousins. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in Oakland.
And you could tell the defense was really nervous dribbling or passing the ball anywhere near him in that one. He took advantage of their indecisiveness continually throughout the night, racking up 3 steals.
Last game for the Heat, they picked up the win against the Trailblazers. Young with the steal. Cousins against Drummond. Cousins, the pass to Young. Cousins with it. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Thompson for the triple. And no good that time. And Miami the other way now, fresh from a win against Portland.
Anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, good collective team unity. Everyone pitching in, so trying to win for one another. That's a good thing.
And Sacramento has possession. After the Heat pick up 2. It's stolen by Oladipo. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Wasted no time on that one.
Now that's just called working within the offense. As Thompson, unwilling to settle for a shot, has good vision and then sees the open man.
Now here's Oladipo. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. And a deep 3 from George. Cousins pulls it in.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And here's Oladipo after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. And Oladipo kicks to George. Kicks it out to Richardson. Shot clock at 3. And the 3 off target. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Inside, Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Now, Cousins just sensing there was going to be an opening and then found his man.
The Heat trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And stolen by Cousins. Down low, here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Klay Thompson, another one of those sons of former players. I wonder what that's like. Michael Thompson, his dad, the #1 overall pick many years ago, and Klay had the ball in his hands, obviously, at a very young age, and he taught the shooting form to Klay, which looks pretty perfected at this point.
Shot to stop the run. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
Young dishes to Bagley. Back to Young. And it's Bagley in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. It's tipped. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. Bagley's got his second basket.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Tatum against George. Now here's Richardson, guarded closer. Over Thompson. Rebound by the Kings. And despite all the encouragement from his father, Klay said he didn't envision a pro career until late in college.
Well, he certainly wasn't a top recruit coming out of high school. So here's a little trivia for you, Kevin. Alongside Luke Walton and his father, Big Red Bill Walton, Klay and Michael Thompson, the only father-son NBA duo with multiple titles apiece. I just got one.
And here's Oladipo, following the three-pointer by Trae Young. Oladipo finds George. Over Tatum. Up again. Cousins pulls it in. Here's Sacramento now. They're on a 14-2 run here. The feed now to Bagley. Cousins, the pass to Bagley. Thompson for the triple. It's hauled in by the Heat. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Oladipo taking his time here. A three-pointer is right on target. Oladipo's got 5 now.
And you've seen the progression of the long-range shot in Oladipo's game. He has to be accounted for out there.
So the Kings call timeout, their first. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And this is a rematch from the NBA Finals a season ago. They came up a little short, looking for some redemption tonight.
Sacramento making some changes. He's checked in for Cousins, and it's Buddy Hield in for Jason Tatum. And Miami with a change here, too. Nurkic is checked in. Here's Bol. He really played well in that last game against Golden State. Hield against Richardson. Top of the key. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Hield's got his first 2 points.
That's such a quick trigger there. Hield able to hit even with a hand in his face.
And it's George missing.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
Hield kicks to Young. Oladipo with the block.
And the athleticism of Oladipo, woo, flying off the ground and throwing that one away.
They kick out to Hield. Releases. One shot is good that time. Hield's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, they used to refer to him as Buddy Buckets. Maybe that will stick in this league.
Oladipo against Young. Fires at the elbow. And he makes that one. And it's 7 points for Victor Oladipo. Kings leading now by 7. Knocked away. It's stolen by Oladipo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
An aggressive Oladipo forcing the issue on the drive there.
The one thing the Kings have gotten right, Brent, is this new home arena. It is one of the best in the league.
Well, on warm Sacramento nights, what's really cool about this place is they open it up. So you got the natural airflow. It sneaks in. It feels comfortable here. Something these fans can take a lot of pride in with what they've done in downtown Sacramento.
That free throw good from Oladipo.
Oladipo can be so explosive, long and lengthy. I'd like to see him continue to get better.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. The league no longer wants to reward offensive players who throw themselves into defenders. Have you seen a big change in how those plays, Brent, are being called?
I think the league's doing a better job of it, trying to examine when it is
that way, you're right.
Somebody gets up in the air and the offensive player leans in or kicks out and tries to draw some kind of contact. So it's been up to the referees. They've been diligent with it. I think they'll just get better with time.
Off the inbound, and it's good on the layup. Thompson's got 5 now.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
George against Thompson. Outside for George. Here's Nurkic, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the Sacramento Kings get called for the foul.
Nurkic with the pump fake does a good job fooling the defender that time.
The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And the Heat committing a lot of money for this hard-working bunch. Brent, how do they improve from this point on?
Now it's about player development, Kevin, taking advantage of the off-season, making sure that guys are improving upon their weaknesses and staying sharp with their strengths. They're going to have to find a few more diamonds in the rough out there to add to this roster and maybe set themselves up in free agency to lure somebody down the South Beach. And we'll see if they can do that. The front office tends to get creative in that way.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
George finds Oladipo. To the middle. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Here's Bol after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Pass to Bol. Nurkic with the steal. In transition, here comes Miami. The shot by George, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. To the inside, Bol. The shot, no good. Good D by Drummond. From deep, and again, Miami with the triple.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Hield the pass to Bagley. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Pass to Hield, wide open look, and he hits the jump shot. Hield's got 6 points.
And you love how Hield is always ready with his feet set. Once the ball hits his hands, it's off.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Well, Buddy Hield, not the biggest or most athletic player that's on the floor, but his work ethic is undeniable. He is a total gym rat. At Oklahoma, they had to lock up the balls. Otherwise, the guy would stay there all day long and all night.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Winslow against Tatum. Winslow kicks to Dinwiddie. The pass to Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. There's Winslow. And again, it's the Heat missing. And Hield grew up in the Bahamas. The story goes they didn't have a court until he turned 12, so he built hoops out of whatever he could find.
Yeah, and whatever he found consisted of milk crates or bicycle rims that every shot he could at them, and they'd get torn down, and he'd rebuild them again and again. He's shown that same determination in building up his game at the NBA level.
Here's Bol, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
How about that floor awareness there from Tatum? It does a good job of scanning the court and getting the ball to the open man.
Passes it to Johnson. .131 left here in the opening quarter. Winslow finds Nurkic. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Johnson against Hield. And it's back iron.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. It won't happen much. I just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
The Heat trail by 7. Now here's Winslow. No points in the game yet for him. Johnson down low. Oh, that's blocked. There's Nurkic, and all around the rim that time before